Welcome to TASTEify, where we taste and see the goodness of our Lord Jesus Christ. I am Val, and I'm honored to be your host for today. Thank you so much for the love on the previous episodes. We appreciate your support. Watosha thanks you. I thank you. Quick housekeeping, be sure to check the chat. If there's any corrections that need to be made from the previous episodes, you'll always find it there in the corrections corner. Okay, I think we're ready to start. And with me here is...
My name is Alfee, and it's an honor to be here today and to be a guest. And looking forward to have fun and share stories of God's goodness.
I love that. Alfee, who are you? What do you do? What do you want us to know about you? What don't you want us to know about you?
Let's start. I'm Alfee. I'm a born-again Christian. And professionally, I'm a counseling psychologist. And my areas of focus are trauma, addiction, and loss and grief. The other trainings in between there, but those are the hot button issues that I consider in society. So those are the areas that I focus on and build upon. So other than that, I'm a cool guy, cool fun guy. I'm quite mellow.
If you do say so yourself.
If I do say so myself. If I'm going to say so myself, if I am, as I am. So yeah, but I'm a very mellow guy. I like keeping things chill. And yes, and I do love coffee.
Spoiler alert, that's what we're making today. Why coffee?
First of all, coffee tastes great. Val begs to differ. Coffee tastes great. Whatever you say about it, coffee tastes great. Whichever way you want to put it, coffee tastes great. But coffee is enjoyed in different ways. Coffee is like the potato. You know, you can enjoy the potato in every way. Coffee is like that. You can enjoy coffee with milk, you can enjoy coffee with ice cream, you can enjoy coffee with honey, with sugar, and it still comes out great. So coffee is an adventure.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with comparing the potato
With the
to
coffee
this,
bean.
but I'll let you have it. I am not looking to lose my job anytime soon. Thank you, Watosha. I love this opportunity. So I'll just let you have it.
Yes.
Awesome. One of today's goals is to try make coffee that can be enjoyed by non-coffee lovers, such as myself. And so over here we have milk, we have ice cubes for iced coffees and cold brews.
Yes,
Is that what they're
cold
called?
brews.
Okay. We have some ice cream, one of the ways to make coffee enjoyable. We have some peppermint. We have chocolate bars for taste. We have
For taste.
toffee in case you want to melt that in there as well. We have some shaved chocolate for a bit of garnishing. We have our coffee grounds.
Yes, coffee.
And then we have chocolate syrup,
Yes.
which is probably the most exciting part of this episode. And then we have our brewed coffee, which smells like
Heaven.
burning charcoal to me. But
Heaven.
so you said born again Christian.
Yes, born again Christian.
When did this happen? What brought this about?
The year is 2006, and I remember it very clearly because we were at Sitam Valley Road. At that time, it was NPC. Nairobi Pentecostal. So it was this big church, and then they had this play, Heaven's Gates, Hell's Flames. So I remember my sister telling us as the entire family, let's go watch this play. So I didn't know what I was getting into. So when I got there, I went and sat in the upper terraces, and then that's when now the play started. I remember being absolutely terrified at the devil in the play because of the voice. So you talk about the devil, but until you experience something that looks like him, and then you get scared stiff, that's when I realized that I need to get born again. And some of the things that they were talking about, you go to this side, go to this side, go to that one. I was like, some sides this is me. This is totally me. So it really exposed me for the sinner that I was and my need for a savior. So after the play, they did an altar call as they always do. So I was one of those guys who just got up, walked. Didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I had to do it. So that has been my journey since 2006. It's been ups and downs, learnings and unlearnings and relearnings. but it's been a wonderful journey nonetheless.
I love it, guys. Theatre evangelism works. I know I'm obviously biased because I'm in the field, but you've heard it from Julissa 2 weeks ago. Now you're hearing it from Alfee. It works. It has, oh wow.
Yeah.
It showed you your need for a savior.
Yes, and the fact that sin is real and there are consequences to sin. And that was a scary part, that you think you're running away from sin. It's right there looking at you, and then there's going to be hell to pay, literally. There's going to be hell to pay.
I guess also shout out to CITAM or NPC back then, because
Yes.
it must have been executed so well that it didn't come off as cringy, because now the other flip side sometimes is the characters are portrayed in such a way that you're like, yeah, no one really ever does that in real life. No, that isn't actually someone's life. We thank God that it was executed so well that it
Touched me.
It touched you, but even if it didn't,
Yeah.
his spirit was clearly present, such that it waded through all the bad acting or good acting and still performed what it needed to perform. So what do you want us to get started with first?
What we have here is an apparatus for brewing coffee. Coffee has several apparatuses, but this one is the easier one to use at home. This is called a moka pot, M-O-K-A, moka pot. Moka pot because after the espresso machine comes this in terms of brewing espresso and bringing out espresso. Espresso is that strong concentrated cup of coffee. It's usually black, and anytime you're taking espresso, you need to have water right next to you to what you call palate cleanse. You take water before, then you take water after you've sipped. We are told it is good manners when you're having espresso to make sure that you have been served with water at the side. Usually cold water is best. So when you open this is in 3 parts. So I'll open it up so that you can be able to understand. So there's a spout, then there's the basin where the water is kept down here, and then the water, once it's heated, from the pressure, because of how tightly closed it's here, the water will rise up, meet the coffee. There's a basket somewhere in between here. It will rise, meet the coffee, mix with the coffee, then rise up now as hot water now mixed with coffee. And that's how you get a perfect espresso cup. It's not the most perfect cup. It's what we call a dirty cup of espresso, but it's really good still. Because it doesn't do what the machine does. The machine does its work best. So that's the moka pot for you. So it's good for home brewing. This is a 3 cup, so it produces 3 cups of espresso. These are 3 cups.
A tiny little thing.
Yeah, this is 150 ml of coffee.
So 50 ml for each.
Yes, 150 ml, so 50, 50, 50, depending on how you want to gawa.
I don't know if you're doing a very good job of selling this coffee loving thing, considering you're saying you need to cleanse your palate. Yes, I know for tasting and whatever, but the fact that you need water immediately before and immediately after, that feels like you're cleaning your mouth. And then you called it dirty. You're not helping this coffee situation.
Dirty means it's not, there's a clean cup and there's a dirty cup. So clean cup means like you've extracted it well. Like that's what the machine will do. The machine will extract it well. So you'll get that whole crema, the brown foam that is at the top. This one tries to do that, but it can't do it well. So that's what we mean when we say a dirty cup. It's not dirty in terms it's.
You heard it here first. Coffee is dirty.
It is not dirty. It is not dirty. But you can get certain tastes. By the way, coffee, you should know, has over 800 flavors inside of it. So you can taste whatever you want to taste in coffee. The people who taste coffee, and I think you've heard this, they say it's fruity. Kenyan coffee.
Oh, like a coffee connoisseur.
Yes, like the specialty coffee, guys. They'll tell you that, now then if they tasted this, they'll tell you it's a dirty cup because they can't taste all the notes. So what they'll taste here mostly is what is called earthy flavors. So, and earthy flavors are not bad. It's just, what kind
They taste like dirt.
It doesn't taste like
and
dirt.
Charcoal and bread.
See?
Please, coffee lovers,
we are going to have this back and forth. Don't worry. Today is going to be a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of back and forth. So yes.
I'm trying it. The fact that I'm here.
She's trying it.
Granted, it's my job and I don't really have a choice, but the fact that I'm here, I'm trying.
So the first thing I do for this moka pot, open it up, put warm water, not hot water. Warm water will help ease the process of coffee extraction. Seal it tight as possible. Then place it on the stove in low heat. It allows it to just heat up slowly and naturally. And as you've placed it on the stove, make sure you open it up to see what is going on. The only way you'll know that it's brewing is when you see it coming out. When it starts sputtering, remove it from the flame. That's how you know that the coffee is ready. You take the whole thing, run it under cold water, and then make sure it has cooled down, and then that's it.
Do you want to taste and see if it is to your liking?
Yes. Yes, please.
There you go. Have your shot of dark,
Say it.
sugarless,
Coffee.
dirty espresso.
So before you serve, you take a spoon, then you stir, because now it's been sitting for a while. You just stir so that now everything now kind of wakes up. So once you stir, that's it. Now it's ready. Then you just pour a bit, not so much. Always hold this part, then you pour.
Pray tell, why are we holding that part?
Because this when it's hot, it can open up and then all the coffee will pour out.
Okay.
So you don't want that. So what I'm looking for in my coffee.
You're not swirling it in your cup, Alfee.
This is me being
Oh my
awesome.
goodness.
This is me being awesome. So when people are saying that coffee is not an art, yeah, this is
At
me.
this point, I feel like, so guys, you're swirling wine match. You're holding the top,
Yes.
just like with wine, you'd will wine match. I feel like it's,
Sommelier vibes.
you're trying to be.
Gisty, yes.
Okay,
Now I'm
go
tasting.
ahead.
Let me taste.
Do you need a spit cup?
It's actually really good. It's really good. Now when it has cooled down, the funny thing about coffee is that as it cools down, more flavors pop out. That's the funny thing about coffee. So you'll notice when people are served coffee, they'll always want to let it sit. When it sits, more flavors come out. More flavors come out.
So does that mean technically iced coffee is the most
Ye-
flavorful?
Yes, it can be quite flavorful.
Okay.
Yeah, coffee has three tastes. There's sweet, acid, and bitter. So many times what people taste quicker is bitter and acid, but the sweetness comes after. Yeah, so this is what they call aftertaste. You'll taste chocolate in coffee because it's there. Yeah, so that's what I'm tasting now. The
Those
aftertaste.
three are in every type of coffee,
Yes,
or
every
like
type
specific?
of coffee. As long
Okay.
as it's Arabica and Robusta coffee, it's the same. Those are the taste notes. It's acid, bitter, and sweet.
So do you feel like being pretentious? What notes are you getting? What
No, I'm just getting what I can say.
fruity is
It's
it?
not notes.
Okay.
It's not fruit. It's just has a mellow aftertaste. It's slightly bitter. Yeah.
Is that a good thing?
It's a good thing.
Okay.
It's a good thing. Slightly bitter is good because coffee by nature is bitter.
Okay.
So it's a good thing. Don't expect these coffee grounds to be sweet because they go through the process of roasting. So that roasting opens up the acidity and sweet and bitterness. That's what that process does. You can't brew coffee if it hasn't been roasted.
Can't boil it.
You can't just boil,
Boil the
bean,
seeds, the
boil
beans.
bean. You can't do that. You won't
Oh
get
yeah, it's
coffee.
beans, not
You get
seeds.
the beans.
So whatever notes you said you've gotten, is that what's typical of Kenyan coffee?
Yes, Kenyan
Okay.
coffee Kenyan coffee is actually sweet.
Oh,
It's actually quite sweet and fruity. So Kenyan coffee is highly revered for that. So wherever you go and you find Kenyan coffee, you'll always find it being sold higher than any other coffee from any other place. We are what is called the bean belt, right there, the equator. So our coffee is high quality worldwide.
great.
And there's a lot of
Love that
history
for-
behind that.
Y'all. Okay, folks, I promise I'm done hating. It's time to give this an actual try.
Try.
So what do we want to start with?
Let's do mocha.
Yay!
Mocha is chocolate syrup, coffee, and milk. And then you can garnish it with a bit of shavings, and also you can also put cinnamon on top. So the idea with coffee is that everything is built up. So you just build your cup. That's it.
Alfie, you're giving barista vibes. This is not just, oh, I'm passionate about coffee. Oh, tell us the truth.
Okay, straight story. I did consider being a barista at one point. Sometime last year, I actually went to coffee school. There's a school called Arobiska. It's in town, at Kubank Towers. I really wanted to be a barista because I felt that's something I can do because of my love of coffee. But then I came to quickly realize that it's not one of those things I can do as a career, maybe as a hobby. Yeah, because it's a training school. So I went and met other young people who are really doing the art and everything, and then they're doing it for work. Me, I'm actually doing it for a hobby. So also being a barista was my way of trying to work closer to a bar. Yeah, because baristas and mixologists work together. So mixology,
Barista.
yeah, no, but people tend to take that one. But, and I see what you did there. I see what you did there. But baristas, coffee. Mixology, pombe.
Yeah.
So barista was my entree into now wanting to have more access and proximity to alcohol. Yeah. So, but this is now the initial idea. The one that I've talked about school now is much later. So why coffee? Is because I discovered something you can do with whiskey and coffee. And that was by mistake. And I don't want to talk about it loudly.
It's called an Irish something,
Irish
right?
coffee.
Yeah.
So once I discovered
The
Irish
movies.
coffee, and through the movies also, that became my entree into now really going deep into mambo ya kukunywa na kulewa na addiction.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also, so it was coffee?
It was coffee because of that whole bitterness for me works.
From a childhood?
Yeah, from a childhood because it was the aroma and then also the taste. But you say I tasted coffee early and I also tasted alcohol early.
Oh, how early?
14.
Yo.
That's when I tasted
Where?
alcohol. House parties. This is the 90s. House parties were everywhere. This is the 90s. House parties were everywhere. So uncles and aunties come, they do their house parties, then they leave that kidogo alcohol down here. So that
You went to every glass.
Yes. then I discovered brandy tastes really good. And that was it. So I became my entree now into brandies, now whiskey and etc. So as you put it around there.
I have the image in my head.
You have the image.
But the execution.
Today we are having fun. Yes. Pretty much done it well. So this is what I've been missing. So,
At 14.
At 14.
You've been missing, you just finished with breast milk. Come on.
Breast milk at 14.
Like we've been missing for how long? Oh, wow.
I'd been taking Bonvita, of course, and all of them. But I discovered I have a love for more sour, bitter, and hot. So I discovered I love that more. So that's how inadvertently just landed in alcohol. So when I tasted brandy and then I tasted whiskey, then I was like, yeah, this is something we can skizana with. That's how it started, and the thought.
Even the whiskies still in your teen years.
Yeah, because of the house party, so I just tasted.
Where are your parents at this time?
They are not around.
Okay.
Yes, they are telling people bye, etc. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how it was.
Wow.
And that's how it started. So the taste, it was just tasting.
I feel like I may have put too much. Is it?
That's good
In
enough.
case you can't tell, I'm trying to have as much chocolate so that we can have
More.
as little coffee
No.
in here as possible. I think I'm also going to drop in a bulb this just to
Make it
more chocolatey and less
but
coffee.
what you're doing is okay because mocha you go as much as you want. Yeah. Yes.
So 14 to
14 now to when I turned now 2021. That time now I'd finished high school. Then I didn't do what most people do post high school. That time it was you go for driving, you go for computer classes. I didn't do that. So finances were a bit thick at that time. So I didn't get to do that. After now I finished Form 4 and stayed at home for some time. I got a chance to go to India. And once that chance presented itself, I jumped on it because for the first time in a very long time, I was free. I didn't have anyone to tell me what to do. So India, incidentally, what happens now, you can add the milk. India, incidentally, what happens is what? You're still hitting.
No, it's just it
hits you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
India,
the point.
sorry.
Yeah. So just put a little there, then now stir.
Okay.
Then I just stir so that the chocolate can melt. That's the color I was looking for. Look for that color. Then now as it starts swirling it and stirring, it starts mixing with the other one on the sides. Love it. Love it. So India, freedom. Alcohol is cheap in India. Quite cheap in India. I usually tell people with 500 Indian rupees, you have a bash. A full-on bash of four to six people.
What's that in Kenya shillings?
That's like 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, that's 1,000 because it's times 2. So it's our currency. Their currency times 2. Yeah. Then now add milk. Yeah, you can garnish a bit, just a bit, so that you can mix it in. There you go. Then now add milk. There you go. Then now add milk to the top. Just add. Yeah, no. You're doing well. Yes. Continue. You're doing well.
Oh, there's no latte art with mocha.
There's no. It's supposed to be there.
There's no mocha art.
There is the mocha art.
Okay.
Yeah. So stir. Now as you continue. So now the cinnamon can mix in also. Yeah, because there's a mocha art. See
Yes, the
solid?
mocha art. Oh, yes.
You see?
Kinda, yeah.
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 That's the beauty of it. So you can fill it to the top, or you can leave it that way. Then as you drink, you just go in down. Enjoy.
Filling it to the top may be a bit too ambitious for me, so
Flow. Then some shavings, then you're good to go. And you enjoy it.
enjoy. All right, let's see.
Taste it. Any coffee taste?
It needs sugar.
Needs sugar. So you're still a sweet tooth.
I've always been.
You can add sugar.
Yeah, the coffee has kind of been suppressed.
Yes.
It's not as
Strong.
pungent. Yeah,
Strong. Pungent. Strong.
it's not as
strong or concentrated.
yes as I would.
Pungent.
I'm trying.
You're getting there.
I'm trying.
You're learning new lingo today. You can enjoy it. Good. Now for me, this is too sweet. You see? This is too sweet.
Guys, we try again. Next one.
Yeah, so India happened and more freedom. Nobody's there to look out for me. Nobody's there to tell me what to do. So alcohol is available. In India, the beauty of it is that everything good or bad is available to you. That's the beauty of India. So you choose where you want to go. Because if you want to drink, you'll drink yourself into a coffee. And if you want to study, you'll study yourself to the highest levels. Because education in India is also very high class. But I chose, obviously, the side for alcohol because I had been a very reserved kid. So now I got freedom of expression. So I went ahead and expressed myself. So I used to drink a lot with me, even with my roommate at the time. We used to drink a lot. So it started
A lot.
It's a lot.
What is a lot?
A lot is when you go on what we call a bender. Remember there's a time I went on a 2-week bender where I was drinking for 2 weeks straight. Wake up, drink, sleep, wake up, drink, sleep, like that. Eating is relative.
Okay.
Yeah. Because now I was like, this is the most fun I've had in my life. So it started off as fun. Then it became fun with problems. Then after that, it just became problems. Because now, I was now drinking to manage what I was feeling. I was now drinking to feel good. I was drinking now to manage the anger, to manage the resentment, to manage all these things that I was going through. At the time, I didn't know this. This is now way later. But when I was drinking, it was just for fun. So I never set out to say that I want to be, that's a career path. Nobody sets out as a career path that you want to be an alcoholic. Yeah, so how I define myself in another way, as I introduced myself, I didn't say that. But the other feather in my cap is that I'm a recovering alcoholic. So what that means is that I have the affliction called alcoholism. It will remain with me, and I'll explain that later, why it will remain with me. Most people ask, but see now, God will cure it. And I'm like, no, it doesn't have a cure, unfortunately. It's my affliction, I get to live with it. But now that I say recovering, it means that I'm constantly in the journey of finishing one day without taking a drink. So for me, 24 hours without a drink is a day well done. So no matter how bad the day gets, if I have gone through the day and I haven't drunk, that's a successful day. Yes.
How many 24 hours has it been?
5 years.
Wow.
I've been 5 years sober.
Wow.
Yes.
How did that journey start?
Difficult. It was difficult because you have to face things about you that you're very uncomfortable of. You have to face consequences of things you did, things you said, things you left undone. It's the hardest part of recovery is facing that, because what we never do is face. So when I say we, I mean alcoholics and addicts.
Yeah.
So difference, quick difference. Addicts are the ones who use drugs, mira, weed, etc. Alcoholics is alcohol with drugs. So that's why it's alcohol and drugs. Alcoholics are fundamentally users of alcohol. So they use alcohol first, then other things. So I went to India in 2011 and came back in 2014 without having done anything. So I was just...
Like academics-wise?
Academics-wise, I didn't finish. Wow. You know, and even the teachers there would say, Alfee is a brilliant guy, but he just doesn't come to class. That's it. And the reason I wasn't coming to class is because the day I'm supposed to be in class, I'm nursing a hangover. They didn't know that, but they could tell Alfee has a problem. But they didn't know what the problem was. Even I didn't know. So I came back, 2014, paperless. So you've come back from India, then you've come back to Kenya. Culture shock for me happened when I got back. So things are cheaper there. When I got back to Kenya, things are more expensive. And then now there's a whole, you're now within a society, people are going to watch you. So I couldn't sneak out to go have a cigarette. I couldn't sneak out to go and have a smoke. So I started now becoming more hidden.
So at this point, now you had also introduced smoking.
Smoking started in India, so it just continued.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Just continued.
Okay.
So and I used to smoke to belong. I wasn't smoking.
Oh.
I wasn't smoking because I wanted
Poor
to.
thing.
I wanted to belong. I wanted to be liked. Yeah. So I got back. Culture shock. Things are more expensive here. Society is watching you. Everybody's watching you. That was different for me. So from 2014 onwards to 2019, 2020, it was consistent drinking. But then now, what was going on was that I drink down. In alcoholic terms, what drinking down means is that you start deteriorating. So the part of problems started. So you start with fun, then fun with problems, then problems. So I now got to problems. So for the next 5 years, it was just problems. I went to TASTE, did 1 semester, didn't finish. Why? The party life there got to me. Then I didn't finish that. I moved from TASTE, I went to Park University. Then Park University, I did 1 semester. This time I'm doing communication.
What are you doing in India?
Journalism, psychology, and literature.
And then TASTE?
Then TASTE communication.
Okay.
Then Park University communication. This is now in 2015. So 2015 I went to TASTE a bit. Then 2015 September I joined Park University. So I studied well. 2015, 2016 did well. 2016, 2017. 2017, 2018. That's when now the problem started. So I started not going to class. One of the key indicators of problems is the things you're supposed to do, you don't do them anymore. So they start falling by the wayside. And I wanted to stop myself, but I didn't know how to stop myself. I wanted to do the right thing, but I didn't know how to do the right thing. And that's the trap. The moment you've been caught in that, it's very hard for you to get out. The moment the problems phase kicks in, it's very hard to just wheel yourself out of it.
So first, I think I want to ask, you said 2015, 16?
Yeah.
You were okay, you were attending classes.
Yes.
How come? How?
Because that time the problems hadn't started hitting.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was still me. Okay. So addiction had not yet taken over. Because what addiction does is that it takes over everything. Addiction is a psychosocial, spiritual disease. It touches
everything that there is.
Everything that there is. So everything that was me was taken away from me. So my identity, my name, and I already didn't have it. So alcohol just lied to me and told me, when you drink, you're liked. But if you don't like yourself or love yourself, it doesn't matter how many drinks you take. That's why people say you find peace at the bottom of a bottle. That peace is death. The peace they talk about at the bottom of a bottle is death. That's what I was looking for, peace. But it was a false peace.
You knew something was wrong and you knew you needed to change it, but you just couldn't, which is when Paul says, I know the good I ought to do, but I don't. But I think we hear a lot that once you know you have a problem, that's the beginning of now your healing. So it seems like for you, knowing you had a problem kind of sank you deeper because now
because you don't know, you can't get out.
You're frustrated,
You're frustrated because you know you're not doing the right thing and you want to get out, but you can't get out. So that's bondage. The definition of bondage is you know you're supposed to be out of this place, but you can't get out. And nobody's helping you out. So you're just there. You're just stuck.
Let me ask.
Yes.
Before you got hooked, I'm sure you thought you could get out.
Yeah.
It's always everyone.
Yeah, like I said earlier, nobody sets out to be an alcoholic. I thought I had control, you see, and then I realized I don't have control. And that's a reality that everyone should know. Alcohol is never controlled. Thank God you have the sense of discipline, but you can never control alcohol. It's just a sense of discipline that you have. Don't ever tell yourself that I'm in control of my drinking. No, that's a lie. You have discipline over the drinking. Keyword, never control.
Never
it will
control.
always control you. It's beyond you.
Yo.
It's beyond you.
Okay, yeah. I think wisdom of the sages says that you think it's freedom until you try to quit.
Exactly.
You think you're operating freely until you try to quit.
And that's the deception of alcohol. Again, the word alcohol comes from the Arabic word al-kul. Al-kul is a body-eating spirit, a body-devouring spirit. That explains a lot. That even it makes sense why there is some liquors or drinks called spirits. Yes. It literally eats your body. Before it kills you, it will have taken everything away from you. And that's why you find many people who die from alcohol poisoning, fundamentally they are emaciated, they are malnourished, they are thin, they never look like themselves. And that's why Arabs frown upon drinking. Yeah, that's why they have very strict laws about it, because they know what it is.
Entomologically, it's
their word.
It's their word,
Yes.
okay. Wow. Yo! So it tastes better with sugar, with more sugar, I can say for sure.
With your sweet tooth, we agree. So now that's your recipe. Now that's now your recipe, that's now your thing. So once you found that sweet spot, that's it. Now that becomes your recipe.
You sound very hopeful, but
I'm very hopeful.
I'll be a bit more guarded about it. Okay.
So I would go to Roysambu and chill with friends. That time I was in Park University. So I'd go to Roysambu to chill with friends, and that's when now I'll drink. And as I drink, I'm being liked. Because people are making me feel important. Because at home, nobody's considering me as important. But that's the time now I started not going home as often. That's the time now I started now staying with a friend there at school. I want to come somewhere close to school. So the nights were just full of drinking. Valid reason, I used to stay over to do my assignments, which I used to do.
Did you?
Yeah, I used
Okay.
to do. But the problem was, the drinking was more. But the assignments were getting done, but the drinking was more.
Functional.
Yes. And then that time, 2017, Outer Ring Road was being constructed. So Outer Ring, the one that comes out from Allsops, was being constructed. So if I had to come to Roysambu, I had to go from Embakasi Nyayo to town, now Roysambu. So it used to be roundabout. So that journey used to be very long. So I told myself, by staying with a friend, I'm being proactive.
Boy math.
Yeah, it's a boy math thing. So I was like, see, I'm saving on money and I'm even being proactive. So they can't ask me. So I was like, okay. Then that's when our problem started, because now the guy is seeing this guy is getting out of hand. Because the problem would be I would drink and go out of hand. So you can't sustain my drinking. Only I can sustain my drinking, because I drink a lot in one sitting. And that's what used to happen. So I drink a lot to the point I have a blackout. So we left, we were okay. When we were coming back, we were fighting. And
with a friend you were staying with?
Yes, and I'm told that I was talking badly and it is. So I told the guy, I don't remember what I was doing. That's when I started now sensing I'm becoming that guy. I'm having those problems that I see on TV. So I'm becoming that guy. At this point also, I was also borrowing money. I started now by borrowing 20 shillings for cigarettes. So I started now borrowing. I became the guy now, the omba for gonna 20 bob, gonna 20 bob, gonna 20 bob. I became that guy. At the back of my mind, I'm realizing this is not me. This is not what I should be doing. But addiction is such a strong drive. So this is what is called compulsion. The compulsion to want to use is so high, it trumps everything else. So I just wanted to smoke. So after I smoke, we can talk. But before that, don't talk to me about anything else. So 2017, school problems started. My performance dipped. I started not doing the things that I was required to do. I started not going home. I couldn't sustain a relationship for the life of me. I started lying a lot more often. So then the problems started. What we call occupational hazard problems. So school, job, work, relationship, those are occupational hazards that come with addiction. So those ones started failing. And that carried on now 2017, 2018, 2019. By the time COVID hit, the year of 2019, 2020, I had never been in class. My transcript shows 0. Not 0 that I didn't perform, 0 that the guy paid school fees but never came to class. So when my mom got a report of that, she was one very surprised woman. She was like, how do you do that? How do you do? And we paid school fees ukukula, and I'm like, yes, kukula school fees. Where's muizi hivyo? Sawa, but why weren't you going to class? That's the question I couldn't answer. And I would have wanted to say that I'm hungover, but I couldn't say it. I hadn't gotten to the point where I was honest with myself about the problems, because I was like, even if I'm going to be honest, who is going to help me? Who is going to get me out of this? It's a very lonely place. Addiction is extremely lonely. And then it's battles you don't see, it's battles you experience. So it's mental, it's spiritual. So and then now, first it affects you mentally and spiritually in the places you can't scratch before it starts affecting you physically. So it's in the areas you can't reach out and pluck it out. Because if I could, I would have plucked it out. So 2020, Uhuru closes down the country. That first one for 4 p.m., that one destroyed me. Because I'm staying in Roysambu, now I don't have money, I don't have anything. So me, I'm happy now, we are like, hey, it's gonna be long holidays. Until we did the first curfew. I was totally shattered that night. I remember having tremors, I remember having nightmares. Immediately, because now I was like, I didn't buy pombe ya kunitosha. I underestimated how long 4 p.m. to the next day, 6 p.m. is.
Okay.
So I didn't have the tools, as I call them, that I needed. So that first night was horrible, and that should have been my key. The fact that I had withdrawals should have told me that there's a problem. So I was happy for the holiday, but I was terrible at seeing what repercussions would be there. So week 1, week 2, week 8. By the time it was reaching, there's a day I locked myself up in the house. For 3 days, I never left the house. So people didn't know that I was in the house until I sort of popped out, and they were like, you've been here the whole time, because they didn't hear noise. You
didn't eat?
I wasn't eating. I went into a deep depression for those 3 days. And I had contemplated suicide at that point, because now I felt rejected, dejected. And then the fact that COVID was there wasn't helping. So I would only step out to go drink. So I remember, because the curfew would end at 6, by 9, I'm already out of the house to look for alcohol. So I'll drink till 4 p.m. Then by the time 2 p.m. is, when it's afternoon, me, I'm very drunk. Me, I'm extremely drunk in the afternoon. So now I'm feeling better. At least now I'm feeling, now I can think. Then I carry the ones I need for the night. In hindsight, that looked normal to me. But to other people, that was insane. That was just insanity. It was just insanity. And I didn't see it that way, because the drive now had become so strong. So that's what happened for 2020 till 2020 May. Is when finally a friend of mine called Roba, my deskmate in high school, came to me and he was like, Alfee, mimi sitakupatia pesa, nitakuletea vitu za nyumba. So he brought things for me. But it's the look he gave me when he walked into my house, and he was like, I don't know you like this. Because I was living like a rat.
So still at your friend's house?
No, this is now, I've now moved out. Okay. I already now have my own place. In the same area that guy was living.
Where was this rent money coming from?
My mom and my brother in the US.
Okay.
So my mom went in 2016, and my brother went way earlier. So he's a citizen by now. And my mom became a citizen recently. So they're the ones who are sending money.
Okay.
So, and the agreement was, I pay rent, and then the rest I use. I was paying 5K rent for a bed sitter, which was awesome in Roysambu.
In 2020?
Yeah, that's 5K. That was something.
Yeah.
And I didn't consider it that way, because I was like, I'm privileged, the things you don't see, just because they are there. So it's until when something is about to be taken away that you realize how valuable it was. So they used to send me money. But then now, by this time in 2020, I had got to the point where now I was doctoring M-Pesa messages to lie, so that niseme nimetuma rent na sijatuma, so that I can have more money to drink and host other people in my house to make myself feel good about it. So that is just how I was. I really wanted to feel good doing things for people, so that people can say, well, Alfee ni mnoma, and I'd be like, yeah. That was my real reason.
Were you still friends with your former roommate?
Yes, we're still friends. But what
Were you still friends at that point?
Yeah, but even him, he also got into his own stint of addiction. Now he became an addict. Now this other side, I'm an alcoholic.
Because I wanted to ask if he was on the same.
He got into those.
You
Then
went
now
to
the
the
fights
same
that come after that. Yeah, that's what happened with us.
So your friend brought you stuff in the house?
Yes, he brought me stuff in the house. And when he
First,
saw
shout out to, you said Robert?
Robert, yeah.
Robert. Shout out to you, Robert.
High school desk mate.
Oh.
So he came over and he took time to sit with me, and he was like, he had this look of pity, but not judgment. It was pity. I'd been judged already, but he just felt pity for me. He didn't come and bash me. He didn't put me down. He didn't insult me. He just showed me care and love that I had not experienced. I was unfamiliar with what love and care looked like at that point. So he just gave me these things, and he was like, I won't give you money, I'll give you things. But then I told him the story, and I was like, Aki home, nini, and he was like, unajua, something he said, I've never forgotten those words, and I've always told him, unajua bro, mi ningekuwa wewe, ningeenda home. Kwanza kama sijafukuzwa, mi ningeenda to home. And in that moment, then it hit me like, wait, I had that option all along. It became a light bulb moment. For that moment, I was like, what? That moment I knew, sijafukuzwa. It's like I had forgotten it. So it's a prodigal son type moment where, after sasa amekula na hiyo ndo ngoma itakuja. So after umekula chakula cha nguruwe is when you realize, because chakula cha nguruwe is metaphoric for rock bottom. That's how far he had gone. So even me, I was eating now chakula cha nguruwe because I was living like one and being one, basically. So by the time he was telling me that, it just hit my mind, and I was like, wow.
I've actually not been kicked out.
I've not been kicked out. I kicked myself out. I wanted the life. So I became the prodigal son. I wanted the life, and I was let to have the life. Then the life hit back. So I was like, did you like what life gave you? No. Okay. Come back home. So I called dad. I just called my dad immediately, and I told dad, that time I had a Fuliza. It's just early days of Fuliza, 2020. So I called dad, and I was like, I have a Fuliza. Just send me 500, I'll get home. He did, immediately. He did. So he sent money, and I just left. So I showered. I told Robert, wait for me. We are living together. So he waited. He waited for me, and he had his own things, but he was like, tunatoka hapa na wewe. So he waited, I showered, I packed the things I needed, carried what I needed. Then I left.
Everything, or just
the things I needed, because I was like, I'm going on for a short stint.
Oh, okay.
Funny story that I'll tell you, how that short stint ended up becoming something really long. So I left the house with him, and then I remember having my house key. Just so you know how insane things had gotten with me, I was contemplating leaving my house key with a neighbor. And Robert said, no, those are your keys. Then for the first time again, I realized, yeah, this is mine. I had given away so much of myself that I even forgot what's mine. So I didn't even know what was mine.
Oh.
I wanted to be liked so much that I gave away. I just gave away. Back I gave away my dignity, my sense of respect, my sense of ownership. So I didn't have that. So he reminded me in that small moment, he was like, that's your house. Keep the key, enda nyumbani. He fikished me back at the stage, told me enda home, no niambie ukifika. And I did. So that's how I got home in 2020. And I remember it was that curfew for 7 p.m. So I still had time. So I just got home, and I just went to the room direct and just sat, and I was like, at least here I have my dad. At least here there's my room. At least here I have peace. Here I won't be tormented as much as I was. So that's how it happened for me. So that 2 weeks became an extended stay. I thought I would stay for 2 weeks. Ended up staying for... That was the story. We'll continue. We'll tell you that story.
Okay. Then I guess we go back into...
Yes.
We're doing iced peppermint mocha.
Iced peppermint mocha. Yes.
This is my one standing order coffee order. If I'm ever to make a coffee order, it's always peppermint mocha. So at least this one, I hope I can make it for myself.
Yeah, especially now when you don't have the tools. Now the frother is not there. So what we're going to use a shaker. So we're going to shake. Then we'll now build it slowly by slowly. So first, we put in the ice cubes.
Okay.
So how many do you want? How cold do you want it to be?
Cold.
Okay. So I'll just put in that. Those are 3. Those are, they're stuck together. I think this one's will do.
Okay.
Then this is called building. So what we're doing here is building.
Building.
Yeah. So then milk.
Milk with some syrup because,
Yes.
as we have established, I love me a sweet drink.
So you just put enough.
Enough.
Just enough. Then you give me the
Peppermint.
yes.
Just a splash.
Just a splash, not just because it looks a lot, just put a bit. Peppermint is really strong. A dash of cinnamon. Cinnamon gives it that very nice exotic taste. Seal this, and I'll give it a shake.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the hoping. You're making it work. Give it a good shake. Then you want to have the honors of opening it.
Do I?
Yes.
It's not gonna blow up, is
It's
it?
not gonna-
Ooh, it's all frothed up.
It's all
Wow.
frothed up. All frothed up. When you're pouring, you tilt it. This is very familiar. So as you pour, then swirl again, then now you. So, a fun fact when you're pouring in the coffee is you create a gap, a sort of gap, like that one. Pour your coffee into that.
Ah, so that it goes down.
Yes.
This is a whole art.
This is also what you can call a macchiato. And
Without the
that's
caramel. I just know of caramel macchiato.
yes. So the macchiato is the style.
Aha.
Yes. So now you can either leave it that way for art purposes. The longer you leave it, the more it continues going down slowly. Then you add your shavings, your garnishing. This one you use a straw. The same place you had made the gap, pour it in.
Won't I get a straight shot of espresso?
No, you stick it to the bottom.
Bottom,
Yeah.
aha,
Then
where
add-
there's mocha.
Yes. Then
Oh, not
add
mocha, chocolate
chocolate
sauce.
sauce.
Okay.
Then enjoy. Wow. Enjoy. That's what it looks like.
I'm almost afraid to tamper with it.
I know. Most
So-
of the times it's a lot of fun when
It's
you see
like,
the coffee
I
dissipating.
don't want to ruin it.
That's why I haven't stirred it. That's why I haven't stirred it. You leave it. So it just goes simple.
Yo.
It's plain and simple. Homemade.
Sorry guys, but I'm gonna have to mess it up.
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
know. Forgive me. Forgive me. But I want to get everything. Confidence level?
90.
Well then.
That's good, right? Refreshing. You don't even taste the coffee. It's there, but
Well, I do.
it's
I
there,
do.
but it's not as
But it's adding,
yes, character.
that's the one. It's adding character. Similarly to the way I like to put a bit of espresso in my
Yes,
chocolate cakes
yes.
and muffins and such. Just
It's
some
like
richness
It's like the way
it
they do
adds.
tiramisu. They put
There you go. You shake it on top. Yeah. So we should have had tiramisu for
should
this
have had tiramisu
next time.
next time. So the idea now is to drink it quick enough so that it's not diluted.
Because the ice will water
Yeah,
it down.
otherwise we'll water it down. So
Or
this,
you-
is not one of those drinks you have when you are having company. This is for
This is
for
a chug.
Yeah, it's you take it quickly and enjoy it as it is.
Yay!
And we've done frothing just using a shaker. So it's possible.
Let me get a fresh, because I feel like now I'm tainted.
Yeah, so you palate cleanse.
Let me get it afresh for the
Fresh
first time
for the
again.
first
Let me
time.
experience it for the first time again. Okay, I do like this one. You will hate how much sugar is in this, but
Yeah, it needs to be really sweet because it's a summer drink. So it's supposed to be really
Okay.
sweet.
okay.
The other guys who add even fruit inside there, like pineapple.
What fruit?
Pineapple.
So Pineapple, coffee,
It works.
chocolate,
It works.
milk.
It works.
Y'all are
it's
drinking some weird things out there.
It's homemade. That's why homemade works.
Oh, you get to
you
experiment
just
however you want.
So this is not. A barista would hear me say that, they'd be like, no.
Sacrilege.
Yes, but it's just the way how I don't like pineapple on pizza. And you see that look. It's always like that. How do you just have pineapple on bread?
I'm not looking to lose my job, and so the guest is always right. Speaking of homemade, so you went home.
I went home. Yes, I went home. So, got home, and I was planning to stay there 2 weeks to get my head together. But towards the end of the last week, I remember it was on the 22nd of June, at around 11 p.m. my mom called me. It was on a Sunday. So my mom called me and she was like, I heard that you're home. So what's going on? I was like, I just came home to figure myself out a bit and then possibly go back when I'm now okay. But my mom asked me, are you really okay? I remember telling my mom, I'm not okay. And she was like, now that you've said you're not okay, would you need help? And I was like, yeah. For the first time in my life, I was
You asked
honest.
for help.
I was honest. And that hit harder than I thought because I was honest. And I was like, that's what honesty feels like. I had never felt honesty before. But I was like, so that's what being honest feels. It was so liberating. I was like, she didn't judge me. She didn't talk badly to me. She was just like, you need help. And she springed into action. Funny story was that my mom had already started this process. It's like, because my mom is very prayerful, so discernment is what she does a lot. She operates in that gift. So she already knew that God has already worked on my heart, which he did. That entire season for the curfews and not, God really worked on my heart. That was just May. May he really worked on my heart, because May was the time I knew I was gonna die. That was the time when the depression was happening. So I knew I was gonna die. So by the time mom was asking if you need help and I said yes, I was at my last straw. That point where people, in many worship songs you hear that at the last point is when God carried me. Oh, for me,
11th hour.
That 11th hour. For me, that's when I experienced freedom for the first time and I was like, wow, so this is what it feels like. So that was Sunday. By Tuesday the following week, I was already picked from home rather, and taken to rehab. So I went to a rehab center that's in Limuru.
You knew you were going to rehab?
I said I want help.
Okay.
I said I want help. I was like, whatever comes, even if I was going to be put in a straight jacket, I was ready for whatever. But the torment that I had gone through, because I make it sound small, but between 2020 and now, the time I was getting help and I've been using, that was 10 years. I had been actively using alcohol for 10 years. So it looks small, but I had been actively using alcohol from 2010 all through to 2020. So it was 10 years. And in those 10 years, I can't account for you that I did this, I did that. There was nothing to my name, you know. So there was a lot of shame with that. There was a lot of guilt with that. There was a lot of anger. There was a lot of resentment. And these are things that I needed to work through so that I could be able to understand. So I went to rehab, and I remember on the third day in being in rehab, so I get to rehab, I'm with all these other people with schizophrenia. You think you know you have problems until you see somebody going through schizophrenia. That this person can't see the world the way I'm seeing it. Then they see images, then they see things. They have people, vivid images of people they have conversations with in their heads. And I saw people who have come from broken families, people who've come from very wealthy families. And all of us have met here. It didn't matter where you came from. The fact that we are all here, we are not doing well in life. We are not doing well. So rehab became a sobering awakening for me that I was not doing well. I was not, the way I look now, I didn't look like this. So I was.
Oh, you had hair?
I did have hair, but then I blacked it out. No, I get it. It's okay.
Guys, we're friends.
We're friends. It's never personal. In fact, if it doesn't happen, it's a problem. It's a problem. I had hair, but the problem was I had blacked it out. So this part that you're seeing, I had blacked out. Yeah, just plucking, just, anxiety. The way somebody just starts picking. So I was just picking at my hair. So most of it had gone. So I created this on my own. This was never meant to happen. I had a good head of hair. It wasn't meant to happen. Then I was slim.
Oh.
Then I was really thin. And I hadn't noticed how small I was until now when I see pictures is when I realized this is how small I looked. Because you live with yourself. You don't see how thin or small or you don't know. But when people are seeing you, then they're like, you're not looking okay. You're not doing well. But nobody was telling me the truth. And that's what pained me. Until now, I saw the truth and I saw who I was vis-a-vis who I could be. Because in rehab, you meet people in different stages. There are those who are about to leave, there are those who've just come, there are those who've been there 1 month. So you see the potential for who you can be in 1 month, who you can be in 3 months. So the 3-month guy is healthy, he's jovial, he's confident. And I was like, I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy. And I was like, whatever shame is there, whatever guilt is there, whomever is going to laugh at me because I went to rehab, I was like, I deserve this. That was a hard point to get. It's not easy. I make it sound easy, but it's also easy to say that I deserve this.
Do you though?
It's a consequence of my own poor decisions. It was a consequence. We talk about God's mercy and justice and the fact that the scariest thing for me that I came to realize in 2020 is that God is fair. And that's the scariest thing about him. People talk about his wrath. You don't see his sense of justice. You get exactly what you deserve. God is not mocked. What you shall sow, you shall reap. It's exactly what I was reaping. I had sown despair, I had sown anger, I had sown resentment. So that's what I was reaping. So it had eaten me up, and then I found peace in the bottle.
In the flesh eater.
In the flesh eater, exactly. So that's the irony. Instead of running to the Savior, I ran to the guy who's going to destroy me. You see? So I had to be taken away from this flesh eater who has no good intentions for me to now finally meet me. And when I saw Alfee, after 3 days, when now withdrawals imeisha, because my withdrawals ended around, after 3 days, yohangi iliisha. Then 2 weeks later is when now my withdrawals ended. So I wasn't able to sleep, I wasn't able to eat well for some time. It had gotten so bad. I speak English, Swahili, and Kikuyu. I couldn't articulate myself in Kikuyu. So when someone is speaking to me in Kikuyu, I hear what you're saying, but when I'm speaking, I'm slurring words, I'm breaking speech. So I know what I want to say, but that's when I knew this thing had already started now eating at my brain. Because addiction is fundamentally a brain disease. It's a disease. It's a brain disease. So it eats at your brain. So my language area was being affected, and I didn't notice until when I took myself out of the drink, or when the drink was no longer there. That's when I felt, oh, now I'm doing well. So you see people who are like you, and you realize I was supposed to be scared and embarrassed, but I felt for the first time I have company. I was with familiar people. That's when I say I deserve it. I was like, you got yourself here, because that drink would never pick itself up to my mouth. I would have to go and pick it up. I took myself there. I wasted people's money. I did that. So facing that was harder than it looks. The part of, you did this, Alfee. Nobody else. You did this. That was hard.
Yeah.
That was hard to come to terms with. Then you're sitting there looking at everybody, and then nobody's mistreating you, nobody's talking to you badly. You're the same as peoples. It's peoples. We are together. And they don't judge you. And I was like, sitting there, and I remember introducing myself, and I was like, they introduce is your name, substance of choice or drug of choice, and then what is your intention that you're here? And I remember saying, my name is Alfee, and my substance of choice is alcohol. And I was like, wow, that's how low you've sunk, Alfee. And that's okay. I never used to finish that statement. It used to be like, if sunk low, stay there. Now it was like, so what are you going to do about it? So the what are you going to do about it is what the next 90 days, every rehab is 90 days, was for. So I figured my way